edition of the Stanley Keg Final here for the Forks Hockey League. We've done it for the last 3 years. This is the first time we've showed our faces, and this is the first time I've had a partner who was willing to show his face as well. I'm Chris Norby. This is Jory Berg. You've heard him every week. How are we doing this evening, Jory?
So far, so good. Excited to be here. Loving our 1970s NHL get-up. Back going old school, maybe a little slap shot hockey. So hopefully we see some of that tonight, and we get some of these, what do we got, the Bjorgi brothers? So maybe they can play Hansons for us tonight, and they can cause a lot of ruckus.
Yeah, there you go. We have a special one for you tonight. We have a national anthem singer, first of all. We have a public address announcer that's going to give us our opening introductions for both teams and the starters. We're going to shut the lights down. We're going to get the Stanley Keg out on center ice, and we will put on quite a show, and hopefully the teams will as well. We're getting closer to game time. Zamboni's out on the ice right now. We are going to have a fun night here. There's a 50-50 raffle going on. Don't have a gambling license, so it'll be 100% payout to whoever the winner is on that one. We'll also be doing some on-ice activities between periods, even interviews in the boxes between periods. So you'll get to hear from someone from each team between the periods and all that stuff. So it's going to be a fun night. The commish down there wearing his typical suit that he wears every year and bringing out the Stanley Keg. Got it all polished up, ready to go. He spent some time on it today.
Spit shine, if you will.
Yeah. But we should have a fun one this evening as we got Red Pepper making their way back into the championship game for whatever it is, the third year in a row, and we're pretty much in it every year. So they're kind of a staple in there. But we do have a new team who made it into the final for the first time in their stint in the Forks Hockey League. So a newcomer, which will be fun to see, and someone that has a chance to win their first Stanley Keg.
Upset, too.
Ever.
Upset.
Yeah.
Absolutely the underdog going into it. So, I always pull for the underdog and always, root for a little bit of rough stuff. So hopefully they can set the tempo real quick. And I don't know, Red Pepper still hasn't showed up with any tacos, so I'm still rooting against them.
Yeah, right. And they're going to be a little short-handed, too. We'll get into that when we get into our preview here shortly. We got a little bit before the teams come out and do a quick little warm-up because we got some on-ice activities that we're going to be airing for you. We even have a ceremonial puck drop that we're going to be doing here just before game time. But now you've seen us. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the eyes too bad. We're going to focus this camera towards the ice here real quick, get into the preview, just so we have the time to make sure we make all the other activities fit in here. So we'll flip this camera around and get into the previews here. And we'll start out with the Red Pepper. The Red Pepper, they will need to dig deep to retain their title. As we said, missing some players. They're losing the Caulfield brothers, Carson and Colin, as well as Colton Bjorgi, to a season-ending vacation trip that they chose to take during the Stanley Keg Final. Johnson is the difference maker, though, and has led the league again this year in scoring, as well as being the league's all-time leading scorer. But Bo and Hunter Bjorgi, the two Bjorgi brothers that are still here, are lethal. And when you add in Nick Lund, the combination can be very creative and push this Adams team to their limit. So we'll keep an eye on those players for the Red Pepper team. They are the number 1 seed coming into this. They are 13-1 on the season. Obviously undefeated through the playoffs as they are in the championship game. And as for Adams, Wyatt Leduc, he is this season's defenseman of the year, despite possibly playing forward tonight. Not sure what the call was there, why they are thinking about that, but either way, we'll keep an eye on that, see if he slides up into the forward spot. Braden Costello, normally a forward, I believe, is a big body. He will be switching spots with Wyatt Leduc. He will be very challenging to skate around, has some good reach, and will do some harm on this Red Pepper team if they try to make it to the net. Olin Endries, Dylan Jackson are spark plugs for this Adams team and have been their primary offense so far this year. And this Adams team making their first trip to the championship game. They did make a semifinals, but that was back in 2019. Red Pepper has been to the championship 8 of the last 10 years, with 5 championships so far, looking for number 6. And both these teams are made up of mainly former Grand Forks Central and Red River players. Most of these bonds were made right here on this rink as youth hockey players. So exciting to see, as I'm sure a lot of you out there were able to watch the Red Pepper and the Central championship game.
Red River.
Red River. Excuse me.
We got such good hockey presented to us all the time in this beer league and high school hockey that we get them mixed up. So.
Yep. So should be a fun one here as we got one more lap for the Zamboni. We'll get the teams out on the ice. I'm not sure which jerseys Red Pepper will wear. They do have 2. We found out last week as they were wearing their blue jerseys, not their typical Red Pepper jerseys, but we'll see.
Home or away.
Yeah.
Where are they going to be?
Either way, it works out.
Yeah. It'll be a good game here. I think just starting out, we'll go through the festivities here, and it's going to be something interesting for me because I've never experienced it myself. So kind of looking forward to that part of it and see what the commissioner here has for us going on. And we'll just kind of play it by ear, and we're just going to have some fun and call some hockey. And I don't know, hopefully these guys can relax a little bit, have some bench beers. I see there's a 30 rack up here on the rail here in front of us. Yeah. So, the fans are going to get rowdy. So
yeah, we got a couple more down here to our right as well.
Absolutely. I love to see it. That's what beer league hockey is all about. All the beer up here with the fans, and hopefully we get some shouting and hollering and get a little bit of energy coming from the stands would be nice for once.
Yeah.
Instead of having the peewees up here just, talking shit the whole time.
Yeah. Should be a fun one. I mean, most people are probably expecting Red River to run away with this, but Commish did tell me that they are middle of the pack age-wise, which I always thought Red Pepper was one of the younger teams, but Adams is actually the youngest team here in this league, so they do have the youth on their side, lots of former players within the last couple of years, so they will have a little bit of jump, a little bit of spark still. They haven't dealt with the old age yet or the injuries or any of that fun stuff. So,
well, even just looking at our rosters here on the paper, it just seems like everything is, weighing a little bit heavier towards the Adams side as far as having guys on the bench, and Red Pepper looks like they're going to have to either phone some friends to fill up that bench and have some good legs underneath of them. So be kind of looking for that after a couple periods to see if Adams dies off and picks it up, or the Red Pepper is just going to run out of some energy here towards the end. So,
yeah, we will see. When we do the warm-ups here, or the introductions, they're going to introduce the non-starters first. I think there's only going to be 5 non-starters for the Red Pepper team. So 2 lines rolling through here in a tough game, and emotions are going to be high.
But absolutely, they've done it all year long. They've run with some pretty short benches here a couple times that we've watched them, or at least had them on the rink behind us, and was able to take a peek here and there. So I guess it's nothing that they're probably not used to, and having a little bit of, D1 luck on their side too doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely not. We're hoping everything works out here. We do have a ceremonial puck drop. I haven't seen if the special guest has arrived yet, but he's supposed to be here very shortly. We don't have a lot of time to sneak all this in, but we'll hopefully get pretty lucky here this evening. But both teams should be headed out here very soon. I see we have a young man wearing a suit on the bench and a goalie helmet, so that'll be interesting to see what his deal is all about. Maybe the bench boss for the Red Pepper team as they come out on the ice here. Down to our right, sporting another set of jerseys, another set of Red Pepper jerseys. I guess they have red, blue, and white now. But
I guess so. I don't know. You call these the white business suits or the white tuxedos? Yeah. I don't know. My mom always told me not to wear white after Labor Day, but Here we are.
There you go. You'll notice some of the names as we call them out for these teams. Some of them are former Central and Red River names, but you're also going to notice some of them are also former University of North Dakota names. As we see Adams, the office. We're going to call him Adams probably all night, maybe the office. We might go back and forth. Who really knows? We don't really stick to a script here, but
absolutely. Anyways, they're my boy Blue.
We have been a fan of their jerseys. A little reminiscent of the Kraken out there in Seattle a little bit. But
yeah, a little less crackhead, a little bit more office, I guess.
Yeah. So we're going to do a quick little warm-up. It's set for 5 minutes. I don't know if they're going to give them the full 5 minutes or not. That's all on the commish. It all depends on what he deems we have time for. I see our special guest has arrived for the ceremonial puck drops, so have that happening here this evening, and we'll zoom in here as the commish has brought out the Stanley keg and set at center ice. You can get a little glimpse there. Looks like it might be even a little bent, sitting a little crooked there, but not quite sure.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes the trophy party is harder than the teams that win it. So obviously this it's been rode hard and put away wet. So you got to party, you got to have a good time. And I mean, obviously if you win the Stanley keg, you better be having a damn good time.
Right. Looks like, can't quite tell, but it looks like the office has their full gauntlet of players here this evening. Their bench is going to be absolutely plumb full compared to this Red Pepper team, but looks like he's letting them get things underway here on the warm-up side of it. He is making a call, though, so we might be cutting this warm-up pretty short.
Well, these guys are all fine-tuned and well-oiled machines at this point in the season, so we don't need no warm-ups.
Yeah. The commish was able to pull in the fine voice of Darren Looker, who is the public address announcer for the Ralph Engelstead Arena and the University of North Dakota hockey games. So we'll have him doing our introductions and calling all of the scores and assists and all that stuff. And then Brianna Tyson will be singing the national anthem here for us. Hopefully it all comes through. We have it set up trying to come through on the broadcast for you guys, but we're not technical wizards, so we'll find out if that ends up working or not. But
we tried to buy a couple kids from the high school here over at the AV club to come help us out, and they called us nerds, so I guess we're shit out of luck.
We do have a couple wraps. I was wondering if he was going to throw another one out there or not, but we were hoping sweatsuit. What do we call him?
Vlad. Vlad. Captain Hangover himself. Might be a little nose deep in a bottle right now, so he couldn't show up.
Probably hanging out at the sin bin right now watching this on TV.
He might come for the second period, you know. Got to get a good jag on before he gets over here.
Yeah. Okay, looks like the commission's trying to rile everybody in. We don't know who the interviews are going to be between periods as of yet. We'll have our sideline correspondent Casey Norby handling that decision. She'll run over and see who even wants to talk to us. Maybe nobody. You never really know, but
well, you never know. I mean, we don't really ever have a plan, and if you watch these before, we don't know what's going on half the time. We just make shit up as we go. We have a good time with it, though.
I don't know. Last year was kind of a blowout win for Red Pepper over the Bruins 2 years ago, though, and I don't know if I want to jinx this like this again, but it was the Bruins and Red Pepper in that one as well. Bruins had to come back, I believe, from a 2-goal deficit in under 3 minutes of that final third period. Took it to overtime and ended up going 3 overtimes, cutting into the next hour of ice time here. That was quite the finish, but I don't know if I can stay up that late, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But
gosh, after the season we've had, I'm kind of sick of shootouts and overtime, so.
We'll see what the commish has in store. Maybe he might just cut it short and go right to a shootout. You never know, but
depends on how low they're running on beer at that point in the night, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you recovered from the world's worst case of sniffles. Yeah. So good to see him in full form with them gloves on. Look like a little Howie Mandel germaphobe over there.
Well, you let the clock get under a minute here for warm-up, so I thought he would kind of cut this short, but it looks like we're going to get things going here. As both teams not really doing much warming up anymore, just kind of flinging pucks around a little bit here, but
shaking the nerves.
We'll see what Commish decides to do first. I think he was going to go with the ceremonial puck drop, but he might introduce teams first as well. Who knows? But should be a fun one coming up between these two teams. Adams has put on an absolute show the last few weeks. Probably helps getting their whole team back and having them on the bench down there, being able to platoon these lines out there one after another. Might be on their side as well. We'll find out here very shortly as the stands start to fill up here. We're probably up to, what would you say, Jory, about 80 people?
Oh,
or kids?
Let's be generous. Let's call it 100.
Call it 100? Yeah, I like it.
We round up. I was never really good at math in school.
Yeah, right. I hear the microphone getting tapped down there, so we'll probably go silent here real soon as Darren Looker will take over on the microphone very soon. Now we can hear them coming through in the background just a little bit, so we'll shut up here real soon as we get this one underway. Looks like the commish is calling for the lights to be lowered. Ooh, Carson Albrecht. That's quite the hairline he's got going there.
Yeah, well, the 1960s wasn't the only time we ran the Chrome Dome, so
Right.
good for him bringing it back in war times.
Well, we're going to go silent here for a couple minutes as we wait for Darren Looker to jump on the mic here and get these introductions underway. So we haven't left you. We're just letting the big man talk. We'll be back in just a few minutes. I'll jump back on here real quick just to give you an update. We're just having a little technical difficulties with the lights down on the ice, but we are still here. As soon as we get that figured out, we'll get these introductions underway. It looks like the office has about 9 extra guys sitting on the bench. And we'll look down at the Red Pepper team as they only have about 5 sitting down there to the 9 office players down on this end.
And welcome once again to another sold-out Rink at the Icon Sports Center. And to the 2026 Forks Hockey League Frozen Faceoff. Tonight's championship game features the number 6 seed with a record of 8-8, Adams Family Farms and the Office, against the number 1 seed with a record of 15-1, Red Pepper. Now let's meet the entire rosters for both teams, beginning with the visitor, Adams. Their non-starters tonight, number 3, Joe Risky. Number 4, Cole Lehman. Number 5, Dylan Jackson. Number 8, Blake Biermeyer. Number 10, Mac Lange. Number 11, Tyler Bierk. Number 12, Cole Forrest. Number 17, Hunter Anderson. Number 18, Wyatt Leduc. And number 21, Olen Andres. Now, tonight's starting lineup for Adams. In goal, number 35, Carter Christensen. On defense, number 7, Adam Severson. Well, we're going now. According to the commissioner, we will now pause the starting lineup for Adams. And now let's meet the non-starters for Red Pepper. Number 2, Jeremy Miskovich. Number 11, Caleb Johnson. Number 13, Carson Albrecht. Number 14, Gunnar Spicer. Number 18, Andrew Vegan. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. We'll try it again. Let's meet Adams. In goal, number 35, Carter Christensen. On defense, number 7, Adam Severson. Also on defense, number 15, Kyle Fulton. At left wing, number 13, Isaac Johnson. At right wing, number 16, Will Johnson. And at center, number 14, Braden Costello. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for Red Pepper. Starting in goal, number 1, Parker Fry. On defense, number 22, Hunter Bjorgi. Also on defense, number 6, Gunnar Gibbs. At left wing, number 12, Nick Lund. At right wing, number 9, Bo Bjorgi. And at center, number 17, Grant Johnson. And joining Red Pepper on the bench tonight, their coach, Thor Vegan.
All right, Breanna Tyson's going to sing the national anthem here real quick. Hopefully it comes through on your microphone, but we're going to step away for a real quick second as we get that going.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, that was Brianna Tyson that you heard out there singing the national anthem here for the Forks Hockey League. We do have one last little thing we're going to be doing here real quick. I think Darren Looker will be handling that as well on the microphone as he gets this going here. We have a ceremonial puck drop coming up now. He's not coming through on the microphone, so we'll handle it for him. Forks Hockey League ceremonial puck drop here will be handled by two of the founding fathers here of the Forks Hockey League. That'll be Jared Erickson, Chuck Jacoby, and their special guest, Mayor Brandon Boczynski. So this whole league is the brainchild of Jared Erickson and Chuck Jacoby. And obviously local legend and mayor of Grand Forks, Brandon Boczynski, here to drop the puck. As this signifies the 10th year of this league, so a milestone for the Forks Hockey League. And that is it for the big startup here. We'll get this game underway real quick. What did you think of that? This is your first Stanley Keg final.
I think it's absolutely awesome. I mean, this is everything you want beer hockey to be. There, couple mistakes, little hiccups, technical difficulties. I think it's great. Honestly, if it went perfect, I think it's bullshit. And I love the way it went. Even mistakes and things like that, I don't care. I think it's great. So, especially on our stream here where it's just kind of a no-holds-barred, and we run this thing just like beer league hockey where it's boys have at it. We have a lot of fun with it. You guys just blow up the comment section if you guys want us talking about something or pointing something out. But we did get some stuff here, so here we go.
Hopefully we get Dallas Aker back in the comments once again, or his buddy at least, as we get underway. This one won back by Adams. They'll work a D-to-D in their own zone through the middle. Down the near side. That's Will Johnson working it down low, feeding one out front, goes through the blue paint. Ooh, a little bump on the far side there.
Absolutely, that's what we like to see, a little energy right away.
Some of the keys of the game that we probably didn't really get into is you're not gonna want to panic if you're the Adams team. They might not get the fast start, but they do not want Red Pepper to get a fast start and get behind in this one early. They're going to want to keep it tight here through the first half of the first period. We got some rowdy fans out here screaming and yelling already.
Absolutely, I'm loving it here. We got some breaking news here from Papa Bjerge telling us that Colton Bjerge isn't on vacation yet. He's out in Wisconsin working, so not taking it off. He actually has got something going on, and it's 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah, just like that. Red Pepper jumping on the boards. We are running 3:17 running time period, so that one scored at about 16 minutes, about a minute in. That was Nick Lund getting on the board first for Red Pepper, so 1-0 lead for the Red Pepper, but Adams seemed like they had some jump there. There was a penalty about to be called, so that will be negated now that the goal was scored. Here we go again, face off at center ice, back by Adams once again. Mac Lange sends it up the wall, gets that one up to Owen Enders. Shot sent down, gets blocked partially down into the corner. Picked up by Hunter, fields it over to the near side. Mac Lange steals that one away at center ice. Dumps it down to the center ice. Back out, this one up to Grant Johnson. He is the leading scorer of this team, leading scorer all time of this league. Here's Lund and forth. The intensity's high here real quick in this early going of this first period.
Absolutely. 3 minutes in, and we're seeing a lot of energy that I wish we would have seen all year.
Yeah.
Lots of bodies just find their way in the path of another guy, and I'm liking the way it's going.
We did choose to cover a lot more of the old lazy guy teams, but whenever we did cover Red Pepper or Office, a little more energy here as this one's fed out to Hunter Bjerge, knocked off of his stick. That was Tyler Bjerg. They got a pull check on that. Back comes Bjerge, though. Through the middle, down the far side. Gets a shot off, gets partially blocked there. That was Adam Severson with the block. Michigan attempt there by Red Pepper.
I don't know. It's better than that reach around, spin around, no look backhand bullshit.
Backhand pass.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Office down into the red pepper, but stolen away there. Gets it down low. Centering pass comes to nobody. He's trying to get back on that one, but picked up by Albrecht. He'll skate this one back down into the offense end. Trying to get through the defense. Nicely defended there, though.
I just realized, seeing one of the Adams players come off the pitch, I realized that was the goalie stick there in neutral ice. So
it is, yeah.
That was crazy. I had no idea. So he come out, took the player's stick away from him, gave him his goalie stick back and threw the player's stick in the corner.
Shot sit on there. Parker Fry able to make the save on that one and is able to hold on. I think we got that echoing figured out. At least I might. God, it was terrible.
Like calling a game in a tunnel.
Yeah, we're not experts, folks, but we'll do the best we can here.
Need that EV club out.
Yeah. All right, face off one back by the office here. They elect to bring this one back out. The neutral zone regroup here a little bit. Stolen by Red over the near side. Grant John played for Northern Men and D1 hockey. He's got a little bit of skill. Obviously the leading scorer of this league. He's going to have some skill, but taken away by the office. They'll send this one down to the Red Peppers end. Picked up here by Jeremy Miskevich. Over to Johnson. Gets that one up to Vegan. Opportunity out front here. Shot sit on. Christensen makes the save. Didn't know if he had it there. It looks like it was caught up underneath his pad, and he was able to hold on to that one. We're going to face off down in the Adams end. That was Bo Bjorgi getting a shot off there, but not able to beat Christensen. Face off controlled here by Red Pepper along the boards. Tied up, comes out to the point. That Office able to feed it out into center ice. Now down into the Red Pepper end. Down the left side, shot Sinan, rings off the post. That was Dylan Jackson finding the iron there.
I was just going to make a comment that, Adams has done a really good job in the defensive zone. When they transition to the neutral zone, it seems like they give themselves lots of room and they're able to transfer down, get some shots on net. So as long as they keep that up, it seems, Red Pepper with a
dangerous play
got
there.
Adams there with a bad bounce. But, yeah, like I was saying, if Adams can keep that transition going, once again in the neutral zone, as long as they can keep the transition going into the offensive zone, they've been getting some good quality shots, and there's another one off the side of the net. So this is a whole new Adams team the last two games that we've called. So pretty exciting to see.
Wyatt Leduc with a nice little feed there through the blue paint, but unable to score that one. Just missing wide. Back comes Red Pepper down in the zone. Defended nicely there by Mac Lange, but picked up Bjorgi, gives it off to his brother. Shot Sinan, saved there by Christensen. Open net for Lund, but couldn't quite hold on to the puck, and back comes the Office.
Look at Mac wide open. All that room.
Shot Sinan, Fry with the save. Another opportunity. Lange trying to stuff that one in. It looks like Fry has it covered up. We're going to face off down in the Red Peppers end with just over 10 minutes to play here in the first period.
Like I said, I'm beginning to wonder if Red Pepper just hasn't had anyone that's able to transfer through the neutral ice like that, and they kind of get after Adams gets.
Can make adjustments here. Pepper wins another face-off here. He'll get control and work this one on his own. Caleb Johnson feeds it through the middle over to Albrecht, but stolen away from him. Cleared out into the neutral zone.
There's that no look behind the backer.
Yeah. Old trusty no looker.
That is a staple in this beer league. The old reach around.
Yeah. That puck up and out of play, almost taking out my daughter or my son. That's all right, though.
Lucky souvenir for a fan.
They'll be fine.
Nope, they just grabbed it out of the rafters and threw it back out on the ice. Dirty puck, we don't need to clean them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, don't grab one out of the freezer. We don't like them frozen.
Yeah. Those nice warm ones, they stick to the ice better.
Yeah. Right on the heating pipes.
Here comes Adams into the zone. It looked like it was a little bit offsides, but.
A little offsides, but boys have at it, right?
Yeah. I thought that was Vlad's call, but he's not here, so.
Vlad would have missed that. The third guy would have crossed the line first.
Red Pepper back down in the office end. Caleb Johnson centering pass goes through everybody out into the neutral ice. Red Pepper will regroup here. It's Gunnar Gibbs sending one over to Hunter Bjorgi on the far side into the zone. Works it into the slot. Using a screen there, but Christensen was able to see that one and hold on. We'll get a face-off here down in the Adams end.
Once again, Adams did a really good job of not letting Red Pepper get any room. I mean, Bjerge had to cut across all the way to the other side of the rink here and on top of his guy and just basically had to take a blind shot just to get one on net.
This one back. Comes to Hunter. Shots it on. Johnson
Beautiful opportunity for a tip.
tried to get a stick on. Back on Bjerge at the point. He feeds it over to the far side with his deep partner. Shots it on. I believe that was Gibbs. That one got blocked. Bjerge with a shot. That gets blocked as well. A couple of blocks there by Adam Severson.
You know the guy's committed to block the shots. He's not wearing a face mask, but he covers his face.
Yeah.
He knows what his moneymaker is. You know, either that or they don't have a dental plan in their house.
Leduc bring it into the zone, but defended nicely. Oh, here's Grant Johnson.
Grant Johnson, leading scorer in the league.
Unable to get it past the brick wall. That is Christensen, though.
I absolutely think he stick handled himself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Deked himself. That's one of those opportunities. You don't get very many of those, even in this beer league hockey. And I think Grant's probably going to regret not capitalizing on that one. That would have been a 2-0 lead. Come on, D1.
Face off controlled here by Adams. Leduc sends it behind his own net. Gets that one to Costello.
The greatest showman.
Stolen away there, though. Almost poked in on Christensen, but Adams able to recover. They'll send this one up the boards. Down into the zone comes Dylan Jackson. Works it to the middle. Had his pocket picked by Johnson there. Up the wall.
Getting a little physical.
Yeah, a little bump there by Jackson. Leduc feeds it back to deep partner. Now sent back up. Gets up to Jackson.
What a beauty.
Shots sent on. Save there, Fry. And we're going to face off down the Red Pepper end with 6:40-ish to go here in the first period. A 1-0 lead for Red Pepper. They got onto the board just a minute in, but it's been back and forth ever since.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was kind of expecting this to be a little bit more than a 1-0 game right now, but I'm loving the tightness here. Loving the energy.
Johnson to the middle. Trying to get that one up to Vegan. There's Bjerge, had his pocket picked. Back comes Jackson. Feeds it over to Andres. Back to Jackson. Jackson in the corner. Got his pocket picked there by Johnson again. And out comes Bjerge with it. Hunter through the middle. Feeds over to Johnson. Johnson will dump this one down the wall, but picked up by Leduc. He'll dump this one in, go for a change. Red Pepper will get control behind their own net here. Pretty much all the offense players went for a change except for Mac Lange. Christensen stops that one off for his defenseman, Blake Biermeyer. Through the middle, over to Tyler Bierk. Bierk down the right side, into the zone with some speed. Had it poked off of his stick, goes behind the net. Feeds out to the point. Lange with a shot, that goes just wide. Another shot sit on, that one's tipped wide. That was risky trying to get a stick there, shot that puck on. I don't know who got a tip on that one.
I don't know. Mac Lange's playing a hell of a game. About half the size of all the guys here on the ice, but she's playing like she's 6'6".
Yeah. Back comes Red Pepper. Shot sent on, up and over the glove. 2-0 lead for Red Pepper.
Yeah, Nick Lund, plenty of room to take that shot and just, sniper.
So Nick Lund already here in the first period on hat trick watch. So he's got the first two.
And absolutely ringing the bell, too.
Yeah, beautiful shots here. As we'll get the face off here at center ice. 4 minutes and 20 seconds as that puck gets dropped. Left to go here in the first period. Been pretty good back and forth, but you can kind of say it's been all Red Pepper so far here. As Caleb Johnson brings it in for Red Pepper. Sends that one towards the net. Albrecht headed towards the net. Gets this one on the near side. Drops it off for Bjerge. Rolling puck there, slipping off the stick. Bad clear there by Adams as Bjerge is able to keep that one in and works it down below the goal line. Tries to chip that one out front. Stolen away by Severson. He'll skate forward up the far side. Cuts it to the middle. Uses a couple screen. That's way off sides, but about 20 feet. I'm surprised they didn't let that one go.
That one was so far offsides it was in Minnesota. That guy was jumping the river.
So shots 8-4 in favor of Red Pepper here. So they're 2-1 on that. They're also leading 2-0 on the scoreboard as we tick down to about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go here, first period of the Stanley Keg Final. Face off, controlled by Red Pepper. They go D now through the middle. That one's sent up to Gunnar Spicer, but knocked off of his stick. Red Pepper will get control of it in their own zone. Up the far wall, gets it to Carson Albrecht. Puts on the brakes, hands it off to Spicer. Shot sit on, that one's well wide. Caleb Johnson trying to get a stick as it came lively off the backboards. Office able to get control. They get out in the neutral zone, but throw that one away. Back up to Johnson, stolen away from him. Here's Jackson.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is a stand-up job.
Absolutely. Two big boys coming together there. Jackson getting a little bit better of the hit there than Miscavige, but
They just happened to be in each other's lanes.
yeah,
That's all it was.
no ill intent there. Just
Absolutely. Nobody dipped a shoulder. I wish they would have, but that's just me.
Cole Lehman with it for the office. Adams, whatever you want to call them. Back they come into the zone. Olin Andrews gets it down to Jackson. Jackson goes behind the net, has his pocket pick there. Miscavige picks it up, hands it off to his defensive partner, Gunnar Gibbs. Gibbs up the sidewall, up to Bo. Bo decides to skate this one in, brings it in down the left side. Feeds one out front, finds Johnson, but the puck just jumped over his stick. Johnson sending one out front, defended nicely there. That one will come out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Hunter Bjorg. Over to Johnson. Moves it up the far wall, off the skate, off, able to get control, but kind of giving some easy pucks away here in this first period. Need to get a little bit more puck control. But, causing themselves to give turnovers here. As this one sent in by Brady Lewandowski. Picked up by Caleb Johnson, stolen away by Lewandowski. In the corner, feeds one out front. Nice opportunity there.
After opportunity like that, and you got to capitalize on one of these things.
Back comes Grant Johnson into the zone, trying to get around the defense. Nicely defended there by Blake Biermeyer. Stolen right back by Bo Bjorgen. We'll get a quick face off there as Johnson was still in the zone. That won't quite do it for the period, but we won't get much after this, depending on how fast they get to the face-off out here, as we take down to about 40 seconds to go in this first period. A 2-0 lead for Red Pepper as they win the face-off back here. Comes to Caleb Johnson. We're going to get a interview in between the periods here with our sideline reporter, Casey Norby. As soon as she finds someone that will be willing to talk to her. Shot sent on there, gets blocked by Caleb Johnson. Now steals one away. His brother helps him out. Back up to Caleb Johnson. 15 seconds to go. First period here. Offside zone, and that'll pretty much do it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's a lot of energy left right now. It seems like the Red Pepper guys are sticks on the knees. They're short on the bench, and they didn't go to the lineup. They just started skating right towards the bench. They said the hell with it.
Looks like they'll just concede that, so.
No, you're up 2-0. So
waiting to see if our sideline reporter has found an interview.
I believe she's pulling somebody right off the bench that says you don't have a choice.
Looks like she's got one. We'll zoom in a little bit.
Well, what's your name here, sir?
My name's Adam Severson.
Adam, what brings you out tonight?
Been on this Adams office team for 2 years now, just loving every minute of all these.
Do you think it's going to end in a championship tonight?
That's the goal, always.
Well, thank you for your time. One more question. Do you like Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
That a boy. Good night.
All right, Joe Brown taking his shots here at the net. We'll get a glimpse of that real quick. Goes 2 for 3. He'll win a gift card to the Sin Bin for participating in that. And thank you, Casey, out there on the bench getting that interview. But
you can absolutely count on Casey asking the hard questions.
Yeah.
You know? Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
we don't have as much time as we normally do, but I have to do it. Jory, what does Adams have to do to get back in this one here in the second period?
Get off your heels. I mean, hey, you come out guns blazing right away, and you're pushing, and then all of a sudden you're down by 2 goals, and now is not the time to go on your heels. You got 2 periods left, and if you're going to do that and you're going to start transitioning that way, it's just not going to end good for you. You're the underdog, but you still have to have the confidence to go up against these guys. Absolutely need to be looking at the bench. It's 5 guys to your 10 guys on the bench. Wear them down, run them down, score some goals, and then when you're in the offensive zone, you need to make the opportunities golden.
Yeah, and do not lose sight of Nick Lund. He is going to be coming hard. He wants that third goal. It's here. It comes right off the face-off shot set in. But Christensen flashes the leather.
See what you did there.
Jesus.
I don't think anyone's getting that one. Right over the heads.
They'll face out down here in the office end. Johnson on. There's Lund again, trying to score one or get his third of the game as Johnson sends another one. They feed it out to Bjorgi at the point. Through traffic, Johnson tips that one up into the glass. Lund to Johnson. Johnson off the sidewall. Tied up there by Endries. Battle for it in the corner here as Endries gets control of it, gets it up to Jackson. Back comes the office. Had an opportunity there, but Caleb Johnson making a defensive play, but they're going to say that was an illegal one and a trip at that. So a power play coming here for the office and a face-off down in the Red Pepper end.
Caleb Johnson getting the white glove treatment into the penalty box from the commissioner.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's got to be kind of bad to get a little talking to while you get a penalty from the commissioner. Not in my league, he says. That's bullshit.
Oh, for any of you out there that are new to this league, that's a 3-minute penalty since it is running time. So he'll be in there for a little bit of time. We'll see if Adams can capitalize on the man advantage here. Red Pepper will be very aggressive, even though they are down a man. Shots in on there. Fry made the save. There was a rebound. But Endries unable to get control of that one.
In the past, we have seen Red Pepper actually have quite a few breakaways being shorthanded and score a lot of their goals shorthanded. So, like you said, I mean, them being aggressive on the penalty kill is not something that we're...
Cleared all the way down here by Red Pepper. Bjorgi fired that all the way down. His brother chased after it, but Christensen able to feed it up. Back comes Costello, trying to feed that one towards the net. Picked up by Dylan Jackson, feeds it out to the point.
Costello just letting them know what's up. He gave a little hook after the play, and he's trying to get them riled.
Shots it on, and we thought it was a power play goal. Adams jumped up like they scored, but the ref standing on the back side, waving it off right away.
Yeah, but there's about 5 dudes standing in the corner down there on the glass saying it's a goal, so I don't know who you believe. It's beer league hockey. I'd go to the fans if it was me.
The referee's talking over, one of them pointing to the faceoff down here, so we will not get a goal for Adams. It will stay 2-0, and that clock continues to tick down. Still a little over a minute of power play time here for Adams as they work it over to the far side. Shot sent on up and over the net.
Absolute head tweaker.
Johnson kicks one up to Bo Bjorgi, down in all alone. On Christensen, gets him moving. Lost it at the final second, pushed it just wide.
That's what we're talking about. You know, it's not something that we're not familiar with. Red Pepper just seems to always find a way, even short-handed, to get that guy going.
Yeah, opportunistic. Johnson just clearing that one with his foot, but Bjorgi read it and was just off to the races. Here's Adams in the offensive zone on the power play. Jackson down to Endries. Out to the point. Moving it around the zone, looking for an opportunity here. That one's off the mark. Endries trying to feed it through. That goes all the way to the far side.
Behind the back, no look pass.
Yeah.
Another one, just right through the crease.
Costello works it behind the net, gives it off to Endries. Endries shots it on. That one's knocked down, and Bjorgi will clear it all the way down.
Yeah. Time like now where our goalie needs to step up and pass that puck up. We're running out of time, 12 seconds to go here on the power play.
Back comes the office, still a man up. Going for a few more seconds though, but can they get it into the zone set up? Red Pepper able to steal that one away, trying to feed this one forward to Albrecht. Office able to defend that one. That was Kyle Fulton. Gets it over to Costello. Costello through the middle. Gets this one up to Blake Biermeyer, brings it into the zone, feeds it to the middle. That one rolls in on Fry. He wasn't able to hold on to that one. There's an opportunity short side. Spin around attempt gets pushed just wide as well.
like we said, it's just those opportunities you just really need to pull through on some of those. And I mean, if you think about it, we got a tie game if Adams was able to just kind of maybe push a little bit harder or cut a little bit deeper, or maybe even make a crisper pass out front. But the energy, though, from Adams right now, they're playing like a team that is down 4 goals and knows that they have to get back up because they're not skating away from anybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
they haven't even given up a shot here. Only 3 shots on net so far this period, it looks
And all
like.
Adams.
Yeah, all Adams.
Yeah, and we're 5 minutes in, so I mean, like I
Obviously,
said,
power play helps you. But
yeah, but Adams still, you know, their 10 guys on the bench can wear out the 5 guys sitting on the bench for Red Pepper all day long. They just need to take the opportunities to really get in the guys' way and maybe ruffle some feathers and get a little bit of emotion sickness going for Team Red Pepper here.
this one pushed to the middle. They're going to say no ice on this one as it gets sent down into the Red Pepper end, picked up by Caleb Johnson. Fry get knocked a little bit there by one of the Adams players.
Oh, blue crease there, tomfoolery.
I play goalie all my life, and we wear the most padding, so bring on the contact. But I do know they get protected quite a bit.
I think Decker would argue with you after taking a puck to the collarbone or throat or whatever it was. He was a little rattled after that.
Opportunity here. Oh, Fry able to make a leg save on that one. Back comes Albrecht for Red Pepper.
Notice the Red Peppers kind of slowing down their transition quite a bit. Whether that's just trying to make the most out of it or just them slowing down.
Yeah, we have seen that from them before. They kind of go in waves of energy, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, they burn it up for the first period and then take a little bit of a coast through the second when they have the lead. And then the last 10 minutes of the game in the third period, they just are absolutely explosive. And usually that's when you see Red Pepper just kind of blow them out.
Yeah. Yeah, first game of the playoffs, I believe. It was a 1-goal game pretty late in that third period. They ended up winning by 4 goals, but kind of just sat around and let the team in that game.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to save some gas. Oh,
Jackson.
That puck is dry. That whiff. Holy. Oof. I felt it up here. Thanks for the breeze.
There's Johnson back the other way. Shot sent on, saved there by Christensen. Face off down in the Adams end.
Jesus, that shot was so hard that it was snowing on the goalie.
Yeah. 9.5 minutes to go, second period. It's still a 2-0 lead for Red Pepper. Shots in favor of the Red Pepper as well, 9-7. This one fed out to the point. Gunnar Gibbs feeds it down into the corner, gets this one to Lund. Lund looking for his 3rd goal of the game. He steals this one away, has an opportunity. Decide to pass. It's still almost scored as a defenseman almost put it in for him. Costello trying to clear the zone here. There's Lund again. Oh, he tried to spin around. He wasn't going to go behind the back, but he was going to try the spin around pass. Georgi in the shot set up. Christensen makes the save. Out to the point, gets it to Lund. And chips it down the wall. It's that one to Gunnar Gibbs.
I think Adams is missing the opportunity to step up and get moving here.
Back comes Adams down the right side. Trying to get through the defense. Chipped out of the zone. Here's Grant Johnson down the near side with some speed. Spin around pass there off the mark. Adams has an opportunity here if they can move. Rush. Albrecht will go on that next 3-on-3 odd angle shot there. Sent on by Adam Severson. Hunter Bjorgi feeds it up to Grant Johnson, feeds it to the middle to Carson Albrecht. Albrecht splits the D. Couldn't quite get past Kyle Fulton there, though. And back comes the office down the right side. Lost that puck into the corner. I believe that's Lewandowski or Tyler Bierk, one of the two. They're both listed as number 11.
Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to the commish about this next year. Like, we got to enforce the jersey number rule here a little bit.
We got to put names on the jersey, so we just have to quit making them up. But there's another no-look behind the back pass in the neutral ice that actually turns into a fairly decent opportunity for Adams.
That's a rifle of a shot there. I think that was Fulton. Nope, that was Cole
David.
Forrest. Nope.
David.
David?
David Davidson.
David
That's his
Davidson.
name now.
Gotcha.
You can own it.
Back comes Johnson, far side, down into the corner.
I think we renamed one team and we renamed their whole team, the team name, and then every player on that team, and that was the Mattress Pounders.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nightmare. Numbers all over.
They took on the Brewers just before this. I have no idea how they did. I know Kamish skipped his own game, or played one period, I should say. But there's a shot sent on by Johnson. He gets control of it again in the slot, but couldn't pull the trigger.
Oh, look at this.
There's
You
a-
better skate, buddy.
One-on-one. Cole Forrest
No
back
help.
the other way. Shots it on. Fought off there by Fry.
Adams, you gotta back your guy up on that.
Well, face off here down in the Red Pepper end. About 6:20 to go by the time they get this puck drop. Still a 2-0 lead for Red Pepper here in the Stanley Keg final. Bouncing puck there. Still tied up at the dot. Finally comes loose. It looks like it'll be out. Adams that gets control. Shots in on through traffic. It's partially blocked. Scavich feeds it over to Lund. Lund down the near side. Works it to the middle. Shots in on there by Gunnar Spicer. One off the back of the net, but Christensen was able to cover it up, and we're going to face off here down in the Adams end.
Another great opportunity and another missed one. So
Starting to even out here just a little bit, and the action dying down.
that third period, I expect a lot of energy to come out.
Well, especially if we stay 2-0. Adams will have to put a push, and Red Pepper will have to push back as this one's poked out of his own down into the Red Pepper end, picked up by Caleb Johnson. Elects to go all the way back in his zone and settle in back there behind the net in Gretzky's office. Scavich off the mark, stolen away by Andrews the office. Taken right back by Albrecht though, and he'll bring this one for Red Pepper down in the office end. They feed it over to Lund. Lund shot sent on, gets blocked. Caleb Johnson pushes it down the corner to Albrecht, stolen away by Andrews. Andrews chips and goes around Johnson, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Dylan Jackson on the backside, shot sent
There
on.
it is.
Up and over the glove of Fry in the back of the net. We got a 2-1 hockey game here with 4.5 to play in the second period.
All right, let's go.
It's game
Energy's
time now.
up. 1-goal game. Oh man,
What an absolute snipe there
we
over
make
the
it through
glove.
the next 4.5 minutes here, just the way this is going. Oh boy, I tell you what, that third period is going to be dynamite.
They'll face off one back here by the Red Pepper. They'll slow things down, go D to D. Up to Lund on the near side. He'll dump it down in. This will ring around to the far side. Chased down by Bjorgi. Surveying, works it down in the corner, gets it to Lund. Lund below the goal line, trying to feed it out to Johnson. Stolen away by Costello. He feeds it up. This
There
one
we go.
gets behind the defense. Olin Hendry shots it on. Puck still loose. Fry kind of let it lay there for his defenseman. Picked up by Lund, feeds it over to Johnson. Johnson and Lund kind of going back
Here
and
we
forth
go.
here. But
Another transition.
Dylan Jackson back the other way. On his backhand, shots in on. Those are tough to save. Up and over the net. Glove down there by Gunnar Gibbs. Stolen away by Endries. Endries feeds it out front. Gets his Costello save there. Fry. Johnson with it for Red Pepper. Tried to chip that one out, but stolen away again by the office. A puck bouncing around here. That's what you get when you got hot pucks.
Bad opportunity here.
Good defense there by Cole Lehman, though, on Grant Johnson. Down goes Johnson behind the net. Lund shot sent out. I think that was Bjorgi. Sent that one high over the net. There's
I
a
don't
3-on-1.
know what got more elevation, the stick getting knocked out of the guy's hand or the puck getting lifted up.
Shots in on there, saved by Fry. There was a 3-on-1, but they kind of decided to slow it down and didn't even make a pass on it. Costello have to wait here for his team to get on side. He brings that one in. Excuse me, that's Adam Severson. Controlled here by Red Pepper. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Second period, 2-1 hockey game. Red Pepper with the lead. They've had the lead the whole game. This is Hunter Bjorgi working it down low. Tried to send it out to the point. Went off the skate. Gets it to his brother Bo.
Got 2 minutes left here, and Adams needs a big push. I mean, if they could tie this game going into the third, holy cow, what a transition of energy that would be here.
Here comes Office down the left side. Blake Biermeyer shot sit on. Picks it up behind the net, feeds it out front.
Oh, just a missed opportunity again.
Had a guy, but I think someone just barely touched that one. Otherwise, he was getting solid wood on that one. Skavich dumps down in as they get back on side. Picked up by Adams behind their own net.
What a great play by Tyler Bierke there, just to kind of spin himself out, swing the stick, and get that puck out of the zone and make Red Pepper set it up again here with a minute and a half to go.
Severson feeds this one up, gets it up to Cole Force. Cole Force into the zone, works it to the slot. Knocked off the puck there by Miscavige, picked up by Albrecht. He'll bring this one back. Shot sent on. That one surprised Christensen a little bit, but it went all the way through, and back comes the Office down the far side. 1 minute to play here in the second period. Sent out front, stolen away by Caleb Johnson. Just backhands one out. Comes right to his brother Grant, one-on-one with Mac Lange. Nice play there by Christensen. Getting a poke check, but here's a dangerous trio. Shot sent on, big save there by Christensen, but Bjorgi gets his rebound, bangs one off the bottom of the iron, finds the back of the net. And a 2-goal lead here again for the Red Pepper with about 30 seconds to play here in the second period. Unfortunate there, bounces for the Office. Lange catching an edge, kind of falling down in front of her goaltender there. Unable to recover as we got about 10 seconds here. Red Pepper kind of looked like they were ready to just settle down, but Office wants to push the pace here, but unable to get it into the zone as Lange dumps that one in. That's the end of the second period. So we'll get a quick little interview on the bench here if she can get one real quick with one of the Red Pepper guys. Looks like she's going to interview the coach. Maybe not the coach. I don't know who she's going with, but she's working on getting somebody.
We don't know. We're
Check,
just excited
check.
to hear questions here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us
Gunnar Spicer.
Gunnar Spicer. How are you doing tonight?
You got it.
What do you think you're clinching it now, or how's it?
I mean, I hope so. We're up 2, so hopefully we can bring her home.
Two-goal lead is the worst, I hear.
Yeah, it is.
You think you'll prevail? One question: do you prefer mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
Mayonnaise.
Thank you very much. Good luck for us again.
Just a riveting interview there from our sideline reporter, Casey Norby.
I love the question.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just really asking the hard ones out there. These guys are in the heat of battle. We're talking about making sandwiches. Yeah. Ketchup or mustard.
Well, to be honest, and people are going to throw up after they hear this, but her big thing is mayonnaise on tacos instead of sour cream.
I have came to your house on taco night, and I have tried it, and it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No.
I grew up with sour cream, but mayonnaise is pretty darn good too. Either way.
Yeah, heart healthy, right?
Whatever you got.
Yeah.
So,
Tacos are tacos are tacos, and Red Pepper hasn't brought us any, and I'm still pissed about it.
exactly. Looks like both teams are ready to come out here, but real quick, 2-goal deficit once again headed into the next period. This is the final period. What does Adams got to do?
Yeah, same thing they had to do in the last period here. They just got to, quit fucking around.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple, make those transitions. Don't give it up in the neutral ice and don't give it up in the defensive zone. You just make that transition, make it crisp and clean, and then you guys have done a great job all night, Adams, as far as like giving themselves room to work with as far as setting it up and getting shots on net. Look at the shots. I mean, Red Pepper's only at 13. They're up 3. Guest, which is Adams, 1 goal, 16 shots. So they're doing a good job getting shots on net. They just got to keep that up. But Quit giving those neutralized turnovers. Red Pepper, do your thing.
Do your thing, exactly. We'll see what happens here as Red Pepper has control as they bring this one into the zone. That's Grant Johnson working it towards the front of the net. A nice defensive stop there once again from Cole Lehman. He's been pretty darn good there on defense for the Adams team this evening. Actually, all the defensemen have been playing pretty well for Adams. They're making some nice plays as they get hounded by this guy here, Grant Johnson. And this guy as well, Nick Lund. Back comes the office, so Dylan Jackson hands it off. Johnson on through traffic, tried to go up and over the shoulder. Fry couldn't contain that one. Office able to keep control. They send it through the middle. This one comes out to Endries. The backhands went over to Lange. Lange down into the corner. Shot sit on, tried to go short side, back of the net. Red Pepper saying no goal.
Of course they are.
The referee has not made a call yet and doesn't look like he wants to. He's saying no. I don't know what happened. You tell me.
I don't know. Flip a coin. Give a goal. You're up 2-1.
The way Fry reacted is that he let it in.
Play on the ice is under review.
I don't know who's going to review this. I hope Commish just says it was a goal.
You got to get the coach over there on the Red Pepper bench. He's just losing his mind, that little guy.
The one with the
goalie
helmet.
Helmet. Look at him. Knee up on there. He is into this. Oh, man. That little guy, look at that. Right there, that coach, he's the one that just got that goal overturned. So if you're mad and you're booing, you're mad at that guy.
That is little Mr. Vegan coaching the Red Pepper team this evening, wearing his finest duds. There's another shot sent on there by the office.
But if you're Adams and you knew that went in, and we don't know from here, but that better light a fire under your ass and you better get on it.
There's Albrecht sending a shot on. Trying to get the zoom just right here for you folks at home, but tied up along the boards here. Office trying to get it out of their own zone. This will be Severson that goes behind his own net, looks for an opportunity, feeds this one up, tipped down into the Red Pepper end. Jackson will chase after it. Sent over to Bjorgi. He'll spin away from Jackson, works it back down below the goal line, sets up behind the net. Feeds it over to the near side. Vegan through the middle. That's off the mark, stolen away by Severson. Waits for his guy to get on side. Shot sit on. It's a big kick out save there by Fry. And back comes the Red Pepper. Albrecht working on Lange. Fakes the shot, hands it off to Hunter Bjorgi. Shot sent off. I'm not sure if that went off of.
I think it went off of Mac's foot.
I think it did too. Because normally if it had gone off the goaltender's mask, that was automatic, which it did go out of play anyways. But
I think Mac might have just got a toe on that one. So, like I said, she's playing like she's the biggest person on that team right now. Honestly, she's holding the blue line for them. She's blocked more shots than I think they have shots on goal.
Yeah.
So, and she's the smallest one.
Face off one back here by the office. Trying to feed that one up. I don't know what happened there, but somehow he kept the puck. I don't think he did the old move where he bang it off the back. I think it just happened to work out for him. But Red Pepper with behind the net. Johnson feeds it up to his brother Grant. Through the neutral zone with some speed down the left side, trying to get around the defenseman. Stuff attempt, not quite there, and pushed down the ice by the office. That was Kyle Fulton just clearing the zone. Red Pepper will get control. They go behind their own net. Here's Hunter Bjorgi again. Feeds it over to Caleb Johnson. Pushes up to Bo. Bo over to Grant. Grant feeds it back to Bo in a high slot. Shot sent out. I don't know if Christensen saw that one, but somehow made forward. A bit of a holding there. Back comes Johnson. Caught up in his jersey still, defended by Nick Lund. They're battling hard against the boards over there. Lund looks like he'll get the...
There we go. That's what we like to see. Third period.
Nice little...
Bodies. Let's go, boys.
Nice little chip there. I think that was Tyler Rupp. Shot sent off, went off the post.
He hit the pipe.
Behind Christensen. He didn't know where it was. But it stayed out of the back of the net as Red Pepper works it back into the high slot. Albrecht couldn't quite get the shot off there. Finally does. Saved by Christensen. Out to the point again. Gets that one up to Gibbs. Gibbs chips it down in the corner. Gets it to Grant Johnson. Feeds that one out to Albrecht. Albrecht caught up on the side of the net there. Office will grab this one. They'll just dump it down, go for an ice.
I think they needed it. It seemed like everyone on the ice was a little gassed there.
Yeah. Here comes that push from Red Pepper, although Office is going to have to dig deep because they're going to need to be the ones that need to make the push here. I feel like they've just been adding Red Pepper shots to the wrong side. But
I don't know. We don't really know. Commissioner's here, and maybe you got into that bottle of wine I see in there, or who knows.
Here's Albrecht, feeds it over to Bjorgi. Excuse me, that wasn't Bjorgi. Who is that? That's Spicer. Picked up by the Office in their own end. They're going to need to get this one down to the Red Pepper end and get some zone time here. Defended nicely there by Gunnar Gibbs. Run around to the far side, gets it up to Albrecht. Albrecht through the neutral zone, feeds it to the middle, but stolen away by the Office. Langia feed it up the near side, gets this one up to Tyler Bierk. Bierk to the middle, gets that one to Blake Biermeyer. Tried to get the shot off there, blocked by Bjorgi, and back comes Red Pepper. Albrecht down the far side. That's Spicer with him. Shot sent on, got tipped up and over the net. Bjorgi will stop this one at the blue line, feed it back down to Albrecht. Push down low. Picked up by Langia. She has been an absolute beast out there, all over the ice. Gets this one to Jackson. A little bit too far for Costello there.
Those transitions that we talked about, you got to make the most of those, get it out of your zone, and make them reset that thing up.
There's Johnson. Arm goes up. Penalty coming to the Office. That's the last thing they need with 10.5 minutes to go here in the third period, down 2.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I 100% agree with that one.
Yeah, a little ticky-tacky, especially in the third period of a Stanley Keg final, but...
Yeah, I mean, different angles, different calls, I guess. But
True.
10 minutes to go, down by 2 on the penalty kill.
Face off, one back, power play here for Red Pepper. Johnson and Johnson. Lund setting up in the high slot, wanting that one. He's looking for his third goal. Bjorgi to Bjorgi. Blocked there, comes out of his zone. Johnson trying to get back, nice steal there, shot sent on. That's Olin Endries putting the pressure on. Works it through the middle, shot sent on again, goes just wide, comes over to Severson on the far side. He backhands one all the way down into his own end. Just trying to play keep away and kill some more time here on the power play. Fed back up to Severson. Severson looks back in his own zone, takes a look over to his D partner. Gives this one off to...
Give him credit for burning the clock down.
They're doing a good job of it. Jackson feeding up, trying to get that one up to Olin Endries, but a little bit off the mark. Caleb Johnson trying to get the power play set up here in the offensive zone as Bo Bjorgi has along the sidewall. Surveying, taking in his options, gives it down to Grant Johnson. Johnson off the sidewall. Works it down low, tried to feed that one to the middle, the glove down by Lund. Lund drops it off for Johnson. Johnson trying to slip through. Poked away there by Jackson. Sent up the wall, trying to get this one, up to Wyatt LeDuc. I think I called him Endries earlier, but either way.
He's whoever we want him to be.
Really? Yes. Should be the easiest one to figure out. He's the only one on the Office wearing all red. There's an opportunity there for Bjorgi up front. Couldn't quite handle that pass from Johnson.
1 minute left on the power play here, so honestly, kind of surprised that Red Pepper's been kept at bay the way that they have been.
Yeah, they haven't got a lot going on here. They haven't actually been pressing it much either. They've just kind of been looking for the right opportunity. Here's LeDuc, shot sent on, saved there by Christensen, cleared out. Back comes Johnson down the near side. Saved there by Christensen. Tried to go 5-hole. Was able to get the big pads down. Feeds this one over to LeDuc. LeDuc through the middle. Feeds it to the far side. Gets that over to Costello. Costello down into the corner. A couple players going for a change for the Officer Adams here. He's trying to outrace Albrecht. Nice job by Severson, was able to get there first. And that'll do it for the power play. So we're back to 5-on-5 with 7 minutes to play here in the third period of the Stanley Keg Final. 3-1 lead for the Red Pepper over Adams. The office is a pass off the mark there. We're going to say he did touch it, no ice.
Closing in on 6.5 minutes here. I think we're going to, the last 5 minutes of hockey, we're going to see some pretty gnarly stuff here.
Big opportunity out front there. Made the pass just above the crease, but good defensive play. Here's a sent out Lange once again. Posted up right in front of the goaltender. Still down there waiting for that puck. Almost had a tip on that one. Albrecht gets it for Red Pepper. He'll just chip this one out, but it will touch
Play
the
the
beam.
rafters.
And we're going to face off back down in the Red Pepper.
50-50 to $102.
$102
I
for the
believe so.
50-50. Just a disclaimer, we do not have a gambling license, so the commission does not keep any of it. The winner gets all of the money. So we're good there. Face off, one back here by Red Pepper. They'll feed this one up the wall. Lange will send it back up to Olin Andres. Brings it into the zone. Knocked off of his stick, though. Tied up here at the top of the zone. Office doing a nice job of keeping the puck in, though. Gunnar Gibbs will chase back for Red Pepper to get this one. Andres putting a little bit of pressure on. Lange will pinch down. She keeps.
Absolutely. Mac just keeping the zone for him.
Nice pass out front. Tip even, but just wide of the net. Back comes Bjorgi, 1-on-4. He spins away as he waits for Lund to show up. High slot shot sent on. That gets knocked off a skate and wide. Errant pass out into the neutral zone, but Office able to get control of it. And they'll work this one down low, trying to force that one in on the short side. We get down to 5 minutes to play here, third period.
5 minutes, we better see some type of physicality here if you guys want to start wearing them down or get somebody caught off guard and draw a penalty, really.
Costello trying to drop that one off for the Duke.
Another behind the back, no look.
Yep.
Another one. Actually worked out for Pepper there.
Here's Johnson, shot sit on, saved there by Christensen. He's been standing tall here in the third period, keeping his team into it.
Absolutely, playing a hell of a game.
We need to reward him here, though, with a goal if they want to get back into this one. Time is starting to run out. Getting a little cute with it. Need to start getting shots towards the net and bodies out front. Quit trying to find those little perfect plays in the back door.
We got 4 minutes here. We just got to get a good golden transition, a great setup, and pucks on net.
That comes Cole Lehman for the Office into the zone, slows it in. Hands it off to Biermeyer. Back to Lehman. Lehman out of the corner. Feeds it down low. Gets this one over to LeDuc.
Yeah, Biermeyer out front of the net here. Usually he produces when he's down there, but I mean, they're right on top of him. They know the game.
Jackson Biermeyer. Biermeyer shots it on. Gets tipped out front, but a glove save there by Fry. Keeps that one on net. Keeps this one 3-1. As we take under 3.5 minutes to play. So
3.5 minutes. It's a tough hill to climb right now, being down by 2. So, I mean, best case scenario, we need to start looking towards the net here for Adams, and desperate time to call for desperate measures.
yeah, we'll see if they decide to pull the goaltender here soon, or if they're going to hope to get one the next minute or so, and then worry about having to do that. Back comes Albrecht, 1-on-1. Gets through the defense, gets around Christensen, but he stretches that leg out. Makes a huge save there on Albrecht.
That's a game saver right there.
Bjorgi fires one into the far side corner. This one will be picked up by Jackson. He chips up the wall, gets that one to Severson, but Albrecht was able to steal it away. He'll feed one through the middle. Gets this one over to Bjorgi. Bjorgi shot sent on, beats Christensen on the short side into the back of the net. And a 4-1 lead here for the Pepper with 2.5 to play in this Stanley Keg Final.
You got to give Red Pepper credit. They're up by 2 goals, and they haven't lifted off the gas yet here. So, and I don't expect them to.
No, I don't think we've seen the end of them yet, but we'll see if the Office can find a little something here. One more goal changes the whole aspect of it. But time is not on their side as Bjorgi brings it back into the office end. Still has control, trying to get through the defense again here. Knocked away by Christensen, picked up by Johnson. Johnson trying to work one out front, lost the handle on that one. Sends it over to Dylan Jackson on the near side. Over to Duke through the middle, over to Costello. Costello trying to cut to the net. Nice defensive play there by Caleb Johnson, the former goaltender.
I mean, he was a goalie, so surprised he didn't stack the pads on him.
Yeah. Good keep there by Jackson, but Red Pepper will get control behind their own net. Minute and a half to play here. 3-goal lead for the Pepper. This one sent out to the middle, picked up by Costello. He'll bring this one back in. Feeds it over to the near side. Severson feeds it out front.
Wow, there it is.
Jackson back of the net. 2-goal game now, but only 1 minute to play here in the third period.
No hustle out of Red Pepper. They want the clock to burn down. But mid left, 2 goals. Let's face it.
Extra attacker out there for the office. They get right back in. Sent out front. There was an opportunity for Andrews, but couldn't quite get a stick on it. Cleared out by the Pepper. Office will have to regroup. 40 seconds to play. Picked up by Costello. He'll bring it in. Try to chip that one through to get it to Jackson. Shots spin around Andrews. Down to Costello, down low. Sent out front. Trying to get that one to Jackson. He feeds one over to Severson off the side of the net. Red Pepper trying to get control. Here's Bjorgi. He'll chip this one up the wall, but sealed off there. About 19 seconds to play as this one's chipped out in the neutral zone. Jackson will pick it up. He feeds it over to the Duke. But Red Pepper gets control, and that'll probably do it as there's only 10 seconds to play.
No. Nick Lund wants his hat trick.
Lundy.
Oh.
Stolen away there. Here's Johnson. Shot set on. I think he got beat by the buzzer, but
who knows?
The 2026 Stanley Keg champions. Back-to-back champions. 6th championship overall out of 10 years. Your champions are the Red Pepper.
Well, you got to give Adams credit. I mean, they hung in there a lot better than I think most people would have done as far as their stats on paper. But like I said, Adams has played a hell of a season as of late. They just kind of come on super hard, and we actually didn't expect them to kind of make it this far. We kind of, wrote them off a little bit, and then last week they just really showed us. So good for them for hanging with it. I mean, 2-goal game to what on paper should have been a blowout. So
yeah, after watching some of the other games, I do believe wholeheartedly that Adams was the team that was going to push Red Pepper the most in a game like this. At least this season, we'll find out if anybody can contest them next year for the championship, or if they're going to reload and regroup once again. But we will find out. We'll keep an eye on who will deliver the Stanley Keg here to the winning team real soon. They'll also receive, I believe, T-shirts. Stanley Keg T-shirts in the locker room. They'll get those ones, but
maybe a phone call from the president. Who knows?
You never know. He may.
Oh, Trumpy Bear coming in on speed dial.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's been fun. This is our first time. We've always covered the Stanley Keg Championship the last 2 years, but we haven't covered any league games or regular season games, I should say. So this is our first year doing it. Had a lot of fun doing it. I think we did like 14 or 15 games, something like that.
Sure felt like a lot.
Yeah. It's been real fun, though. And we'll probably continue to do it on in future years as long as the commission keeps inviting us back. Jeremy Miscavige receiving the Stanley Keg from the commissioner here for the winners, the Red Pepper team. They are your 2026.
And in true beer league fashion, photo op taken by the Rhymes-man. And he's out of here. My beer's cold. I got to go. Same thing. Keep your head up. Good job, guys.
And each player will get their turn with the cup skating around. We're not going to stick around for that. We're actually going to get a little selfish and show ourselves one more time. So we appreciate you guys joining us all this year. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys have liked and subscribed to the channel. We'll be doing a lot more of this fun stuff. Who knows? We'll might even break into other things other than hockey and whatever else. So
As long as it's not soccer.
yeah, keep
I'm
an eye
not
on
doing
that.
soccer.
We may do some fashion stuff. We don't really know.
We're probably the most fashionable guys in the building right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed your hat didn't work out with the headset.
Yeah.
So
And the glasses that you had potentially were going to wear or whatever.
I was gonna
We had lots of bullets still left in the chamber, but we didn't pull them all here on the first night. But we do appreciate you guys joining us. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. And we'll see you again next time.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's been a blast. So thanks for coming, guys, and maybe we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Thanks, guys.